What's the fastest way to learn a language?
Yeah. Okay. Let's cut to the chase, and let me tell you that there is no fast way to learn a language. No, I've been asked this question for almost the past 9 years since I started to work as an ESL and EFL teacher around different countries. No, there is no fast way to learn a language. Easy come, easy go. You understand? And you have to walk the road. You have to walk the way. You have to get into learning the language in a way that guarantees that you will never ever forget it, or let's say not forget it, but you will never ever it's gonna evaporate. Okay, it's kind of labeled diluted, so let me explain a little bit more. What I'm trying to say is that you can learn language, you can memorize vocabulary, you can even memorize tracks, but still it's all about thinking in the language. Understand? So there are two types of students that I see in the classroom, in the world actually. The one that who's he or she is trying to memorize and work hard and squeeze his brain to to memorize as much vocabulary as she can or as he can, or trying to let's know like memorize all those grammar rules, instructions and stuff, you understand? And there's the other type of student which I do like and prefer so much, is the one that whom they are trying to work on their thinking, the receiving and sending. Okay, let me just put it into, because I'm a language science, so let's speak a little bit of, science. So uh, your brain is basically a very super duper smart machine. Understand? And this kind of a machine, it has a receiver and it sends, right? So you receive and you send. So basically, to understand what you're receiving and to send pretty much as a reflex or pretty much as in an easy, fast way, that's exactly what does mean to think in English or to think in the language that you're learning as a second language or that foreign language. So what I'm trying to say is that, let me just simplify. Let me give you an example. So let's say that there's a student and the student is trying to learn French. Okay, so she is trying to receive in French, translate. Let's say her native language is Italian, right? So she's trying to receive the language in French and think in Italian and translate what she received into Italian and think it over or process it, and then try to think about her answer, her own answer, and then translate it into, I mean, from Italian into French, and then send it again. That's right. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a 4 steps process. Understand? 4 steps process. But learning how to think in the language, how to learn the language naturally, how to reflect, how to think, how to receive, how to send, is what I'm talking about. That's kind of cut them up to just 2 steps. This is much easier, much faster, and much smarter, and it lasts forever. You understand? So the point is that if you try to learn a language and think in this language, not rather than thinking your native language, that's a fast way and easier way, and you'll never ever have to keep memorizing, not to forget. No, it's right over there. You understand? You get the skill itself. That's why we call speaking skill. You understand? It's not about just speaking, because too many people think that speaking is just how to speak or what to say and vocabulary and stuff. No, speaking skill, it means that you receive and send in the language that somebody's speaking, or somebody is talking to you. And so, for example, as far as I remember, when I started to learn French and Spanish and Chinese, I had a little bit of struggle at the very beginning with Spanish, and then I figured it out after a while. And time after time, language after language, I turned speaking four languages right now, and I just figured out that whenever I face, or whenever it's like have been years now, it have been years, and whenever I just face a situation that somebody else is speaking to me, that my native language is English, and somebody's trying to speak or talk to me in Spanish, Chinese, French, or Russian, I'm just like swift, like pretty much fast and in a very smooth way, and start to speak that language, because I'm just receiving in that language, and I'm answering back, or I'm sending back in that language. And that's the thing that I just figured out all these years. It's not about that I'm a language scientist, that I can learn easier than other people. No, but there are too many other people that they are not even language scientists, but they still can be a polyglot. They can learn different languages. It's all about this.